Once there lived a great king, renowned for his wisdom and intelligence. The king was getting old, and the thought of retiring crossed his mind. He spread the word across his kingdom, announcing his intention to appoint a new successor for his throne. The news of the search for a new successor caused great excitement all across the kingdom. The king was considered to be the wisest to have come to power. He had implemented clever policies that helped to build a just and content nation during his rule. People all across the kingdom were surprised to learn that their king would eschew the very traditional route of family succession in the search for a worthy heir. The king summoned and assembled the finest and selected youth from all across the kingdom in the royal hall. The king then gave each of them a seat, and then he said this to them: "The youth of our beautiful kingdom, listen to me, your king. The seeds that I have given to you are special seeds. I want all of you to plant it, take care of it, and come back after a year with whatever you have grown. Based on what you bring back, I will decide the next worthy king of our beautiful kingdom." Everyone left the palace with a seed. They were excitedly planting them and eagerly awaiting their seeds to grow. Months passed, and the youth were discussing how their seeds had grown into tremendously beautiful flowers and trees. However, amongst them, there was a young man whose seed had not even sprouted. Despite watering the seed daily and doing everything he could to make it grow, the seed remained unchanged. He could hear people talking about their plants, but the young man had absolutely nothing to show. A year passed, and all the youth were summoned to the palace to display the outcomes of their seeds. The young man, whose seed had not grown, was reluctant to attend, but his mother insisted, assuring him there was no shame at all in showing his true efforts. The young man was assured, and then he went to the palace with nothing but his pot of soil. In the palace, the young man was made to see the variety of beautiful trees and flowers others had grown. The young man put his empty pot on the floor, while some others laughed at him. He felt so embarrassed to be there. When the king arrived and inspected each pot, he thoroughly examined the different foliage of each plant. The young man was hiding in the back, trying to go unseen, but the king found him and gave him a stern stare and paused for a while. Walking over, the king eyed the young man and his pot closely, but said nothing. He then ordered his guard to bring the young man to the front. The young man was very sad, as the king had noticed his failure to grow the seed. Arriving at the front, the guards let go of him, leaving him standing alone before other youths who were laughing at him. The king called the young man to come closer, held his hand, raised it, and said loudly, "Behold, everyone, your new king!" The king continued, "A year ago, I gave each of you a seed and instructed you to plant it, water it, and bring it back. But little did you know, every seed I handed out had been boiled beforehand, making them impossible to grow. And now, all of you have brought me these trees and flowers born from your dishonesty, because they obviously are not from the seeds I gave. Therefore, now, look upon the only honest one amongst you, this young man, and know why he deserves to be a ruler." Honesty is the first chapter in the book of wisdom.